What in the world is up, foodie fam? I know you're used to looking at me in vertical form, but we're trying something new. So with the NFL back, we're gonna do something that we used to do, but we're gonna do it better. So we used to do something called Matchup Mashup. We just did Packer stuff exclusively. Well, this year, we've shipped to 49 out of the 50 states. Come on, Hawaii, do better. So we've realized that not everybody is a Packer fan, even though you should be. So instead of just doing Packer stuff, we're going to do mashups for the Sunday night NFL game. Because we just released our All-Star Grill Kit, all our recipes are going to include at least one seasoning and one sauce from the box. This week's going to be a super fun recipe. So you got the Midwest versus the West Coast. You have Stafford and Puka versus Goff and Amon-Ra. And you have tacos versus chili cheese dogs. So that's what we're gonna do. Honestly, my goal for all of these recipes are gonna be 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes they're gonna be a little bit more involved, which is totally fine. I'm gonna do some smoking, so some of those recipes are gonna take, sometimes 8 to 10 hours. But for today, it's one of those simple ones. We're talking 20 to 30 minutes. So we're gonna be using Texas Crutch to add a nice depth of flavor to our chili. And then we're going to drop the ball just like the Lions do in the playoffs. The other thing I'm going to tell you is even though we have a yellow onion here today, you can absolutely use whatever type of onion that you really enjoy. Red, white, blue, purple, doesn't matter as long as it's not rotten. And if you haven't learned to dice onions like this, go teach yourself. It makes life so much easier. And it's way cheaper than buying the pre-cut stuff. My other suggestion, make sure to sharpen your knife before cutting onions. It'll make you cry less. I was crying like a baby in this. After you get your vegetables sliced, diced, and everything nice, you're going to toss them into a pot. Onions first, get them a little translucent. Then you're going to go in with the garlic for about 30 seconds. Then you're going to throw that meat right down in there and let that cook up nice and brown. Get it nice and chopped up because we're putting it on a hot dog. So you want those pieces of meat nice and fine. Next comes the one, the only Texas Crutch. You're going to want to use about a tablespoon per pound of meat that you're cooking with. I top that off with a little bit of chili powder because, again, guess what? We are making some chili. Stir that nice, like I said. You're going to want to make that nice and fine. In with the tomato sauce, you don't use about a can or the texture that you want. And once again, I used 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and then threw the rest out. I should probably figure out what to do with the rest of those, to be honest with you. The amount of tomato paste that I have thrown away is asinine. Should probably freeze it, right? You're going to let the chili simmer quite a bit, and then you're going to toss in some of that Lowcountry Gold just to give it some of that nice vinegar mustardy flavor. Let's get that dog in us. Arr, arr, arr. Now we're going to use all beef franks because they're just superior to literally everything. I just bought some ballparks because they were on sale. Honestly, like Nathan's or Oscar Mayer. As long as it has nitrates, it's great. I don't care what you think about nitrates. It makes hot dogs better. This is a little trick I picked up because, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge hot dog guy. So what I do is I split them in half. And then I put them on the grill, or in this case, I'm going to be cooking them in a cast iron. I'm putting the side that I cut down. It's going to get it nice and crunchy and crispy because, again, the hot dog texture is not usually my thing. I'll eat them if I have to, or if I'm making a killer recipe like this. I'm absolutely going to use a hot dog. Now, what to do next? You're absolutely right. Stick your fingers in a hot pan and burn the out of your fingers. It's a really good idea. So the only utensil I had close to me was my knife. And there it is upside down, just that sharp blade facing me. Good job, Mr. Foodie. Uh-oh, fat guy got an idea. I am, in fact, fat. I am, in fact, from Wisconsin. So what we're going to do, instead of topping the chili cheese dog with the cheese, we're going to throw that cheese down on that pan. Get it nice and melty, get a nice crunchy texture, and it's going to be awesome. It kind of tastes like a Cheez-It, to be honest with you. Now, very admittedly, I let this go a little too long. It was just on the point of being too burnt, but it was absolutely delicious. Mrs. Foodie with the clutch taco holder. I mean, look at it. As spots for your fingers to pick up the tacos. Truly created for the tailgaters, the couchgaters, and the fat guys alike. I'm all of those things. I can say that. As I've talked about, this is one of our first YouTube videos that I'm doing in full form. So I truly apologize that the camera was focused on me here instead of those glorious Coney Island hot dog tacos. I'll figure it out for next time, don't you worry. Now for that perfectly paired chili, the Coney Island chili. It isn't anything crazy, but it's absolutely delicious and perfectly pairs with this salty meat glizzy. That taco, the cheese, the chili, it's absolutely spectacular. But with all that fatty goodness, you need something a little bit refreshing, let's be real. So if cilantro doesn't taste like absolute soap to you, toss a whole bunch on. If it does taste like soap, just throw in some green onion or something. Trust me, you'll appreciate it. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, we're going to toss on some more Lowcountry Gold, pick that bad boy up, and get after it. These things are so ridiculous. And that's when he realized the light is in the shot. The melty cheese on the tortilla is just insane. The charred hot dog. The Lowcountry Gold just takes it over the top. I mean, absolutely make these. Look at it. I mean, it's super easy. It's going to take you like 20, 30 minutes. And the flavor is just gluttonous. It's so ridiculous how good this is. Mrs. Renfro's. I think these jalapenos are just going to take this over the top. I don't even like hot dogs that much. This is so good. This Frankenstein meal, this Frankenstein series is going to be so fun, but my cholesterol is probably going to go up by 130 points. What is wrong with me? This is incredible. Make sure to have some napkins though. This is a beast. I hope you enjoyed our first Matchup Mashup of YouTube. Now don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. That'll get your name in our drawing for a free All-Star Grill Kit 4 times. Now we're going to do that every 3 or 4 games probably to start. And depending on how many comments and likes we get, we might bump that up to every week. Who knows? But absolutely go subscribe, go like, go comment, and go share this to all your foodie friends. Because these mashups aren't going away anytime soon. Thanks, guys.